So fall is coming to an end, and I'm on top of my roof inspecting it. There's a ton of leaves, sticks, and a whole bunch of other buildup, especially the pine trees and oak trees. This seed comes from an oak tree. They do have thousands of these, and they don't look like much, but they definitely add up. And between the shingles here, you can see all the pine leaves. You can see, I'm going to push them out just a tad bit. Don't put a broom or anything like that. What I like to use is a leaf blower. So this gutter is very basic. As you can see, there's already water backed up into it, and there's a ton of buildup. I'm going to start by taking out the most buildup that I can. The fastest, all I'm using is a ladder and a bucket. This is a super simple job just because it's a one-story house. Now gutters get a little bit more complex the more stories you have, the bigger the building is. But just as this is one story level, all I'm going to use is my ladder, the bucket, and I'm going to move straight all the way down to the actual run where that water hits the gutter, goes all the way down and comes out. Now, since it is backed up, if you do use a water hose right now, it's going to push pressure on there, and all that overflow is going to flow, and then you're going to have a mess everywhere. So I'm trying to avoid a mess. So I'm going straight up and down until I get the most out of it. The bigger things is what I'm concentrated on. The smaller stuff, when I'm done, I'm going to run a water hose to build up pressure and then flush the rest of it out. So I like using a water hose just because it does build up pressure, and it's going to overflow everything, and it's just going to force things to come out. But at the same time, if the clog is really, really hard on the actual drain itself, everything's going to overflow, and all that stuff, mud, is just going to go right into your concrete floor. So it's one of the last steps. I did take out tons and tons of actual leaves, pine needles, and a whole bunch of other sticks and twigs that could get stuck in the actual drain itself, because that's what's going to back you up. If you have a couple sticks, they go all the way down into your drain, followed by a whole bunch of leaves and pine needles. But as you can see right now, the water is building up, but it's not draining. I have additional problems with these gutters, especially this one, but this is just the first one. After I get this, I can see where my problem is at, and then I'm going to go right to the source, fix the problem, and then continue cleaning. Right here, it goes down and it doesn't drain from here. So I gotta bring this up. The last thing that I do is I get some dish down soap, clean out the inside of the gutters. There's calcium buildup, there's a bunch of rust, and a whole bunch of other things that do build up over time. So I spray it all down one last time, and it looks night and day, completely perfect. Bring my leaf blower up to the ceiling and blow everything down. I'll spray everything down one more time with the water hose, and I'm done. This is a good example of like how hundreds and thousands of these pine needles and all this other leaves can definitely add up and clog up your drains, especially if left unchecked.